Hello and welcome to PraDa Law Live. I'm your host, Jackie Mendez. Today we have an excellent show lined up for you, and before I introduce our attorneys, I just want to remind all our viewers at home and watching the show that there's a number on your screen, and that number is 888-88-LEGAL, and that's the number you want to call for your free consultation and for the free call. No? Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our attorneys here at PraDa Law. First up is Joel Damas.
Hi, how's everyone doing today?
Thank you so much. And of course, Alexis Garcia.
Hi, Jackie. How are you? Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me.
And our special guest, Janina Nicoletti from Primo Cash.
Hello. Thank you. Hello, everybody out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking a little bit about bankruptcy, but I just want to go ahead and remind everyone to give that number a call, the one that's on your screen, 888-88-LEGAL. Joel?
Well, it's Wednesday again, and it's bankruptcy day, financial day. Right. And to talk about bankruptcy, like always, we have Alexis Garcia, and we have a special guest today, Janina Nicoletti from Primo Cash. And last week we had Joe Garcia from Primo, and today we decided to invite Janina because, I don't know, we got a bunch of messages that says we don't like Joey. Is
no, I find that very hard to believe. Everybody loves Joey.
Everybody loves Joey, but we had to,
We love Janina too.
Well, we don't know if we love Janina.
Well,
it's the first time on the show.
I love Janina.
Really? well, what we want to know is if you love Janina, and the only way we find out if you love Janina is if you call 888-8-LEGAL. Just call real quick, say, I don't like Janina, or I like Janina.
Or I love Joey. I love Joe. Joey. So Joe Garcia, sorry.
Yeah, that's last week's program.
The number is 888-88-LEGAL for any calls that you may have. The consultation is free, the call is free, right, Joe?
That's right. Very simple. 888-88-LEGAL. And we keep repeating that because not only is the consultation free, but that phone call right here to this program is free. Mm-hmm. Just get involved, call. Get the stuff, get the stress out. Just get it all out. Sleep well. Right?
And speaking of stress, to talk about some of my clients I have with bankruptcy and the stress and the call.
Do they stress you out?
No, they're stressed out, and I tell them, put your stress on me. Make that phone call to our firm because you have the creditors calling you nonstop. I have clients calling me daily. These creditors don't stop. They're relentless. It's COVID-19. People are out of jobs, and the creditors, they don't stop. They don't care. They're calling and calling and calling, and we can help you with that if you give us a call here.
Definitely. And speaking about creditors, that's why we brought Janina from Primo Cash. Technically, she is a creditor. Janina, you do business finance. And what are you seeing? And the reason why we brought on Joe, we bring on Janina is because they're in the business finance space. And a lot of our small business owners are calling us every day saying, hey, I'm struggling, I'm not doing well. And we know Primo definitely helps them and works with them through tough times. What are you seeing? Are business struggling, Janina?
I am seeing something I've never seen before in the last 6 years that I have been with Primo Cash. It is a very weird demographic right now with business owners. I am seeing business owners on the brink of bankruptcy, of losing their businesses. It's very, very stressful for me because I've had clients for many years that were doing very, very well, and now because of the pandemic, they're struggling to even keep their doors open and feed their employees and their own families.
And Janina, before the program, we were discussing some of the businesses that Primo Cash funds. And one of the big space that Primo's in is the restaurant industry. And they've been, extremely hit. And what are you seeing? Are they hurting? Are they hurting? Are they telling you what's going on? What's going on with especially the restaurant industry?
I think out of all the industries, because we do help every single industry there is out there, but our main bread and butter would be restaurants because there is so many of them. And I've never seen anything like this. They are hurting. Even the ones that are even able to keep their doors open can only keep their doors open for takeout, or if they have the availability to seat outside, which a lot of restaurants don't have that. It's cut their income by 70%, 75%.
Yeah. So they're operating on a 30% margin. That's impossible to survive in that. And Alexis, going to those small businesses, because the EIDL and PPP, Congress hasn't passed any type of legislation to keep that going, right? And the truth is that PPP and EIDL was not technically extended, right? But part of the program or part of the CARES Act was to be able to find solutions within the bankruptcy code for small businesses.
Absolutely.
Which is a chapter 5, right?
Subchapter 5,
all right,
correct.
So that is still going, right?
Yeah, that's
didn't
still
get
going,
eliminated.
and that's for a whole year. That's extended a whole year through its February of 2021 or March of 2021. And what that did, the Subchapter 5 started right before the CARES Act was put into place. Subchapter 5 cases kicked off about February. The point of a Subchapter 5 is to help small businesses through the restructuring and through the bankruptcy process. Then the CARES Act extended that. How they do so, they made it easier to qualify for Subchapter 5.
Because, I mean, so our public could understand it really well. Chapter 11 has always been around, and it's been, but really who takes advantage of that is large businesses with big budgets.
It's tailored for large businesses too. Small businesses fail a lot of the time in Chapter 11.
So what this did is, or what this program or law did, is it was able to use the word dumb it down, if that?
Kind of, you could say it like that. It tweaked it or dumbed it down, and it made it easier when you bring the creditors in, and it brought a lot of a Chapter 13, because now you have a specific trustee in your Subchapter 5, which in a Chapter 11 you didn't. So there's a lot of small nuances, but they were very beneficial for the small businesses, yes.
Thank you, Attorney Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, that number on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL. That's the number you want to call for your free consultation. For any information you may have, any questions you may have, we have attorneys, very professional attorneys, ready to answer your questions.
Now, our friends over at Primo Cash and Janina, probably bankruptcy is it's a bad word. It's a really bad word for them. But yeah, of course not. But you know what? It's not a bad word for you.
Nope.
And if you have a small business and you're there, you're at the point where you can't pay your bills and you don't know what to do, the number is free, the consultation is free. It's that easy. There's a program in place. Take advantage of it. Production's saying we got to go to a brief commercial, and we'll be right back. There's no reason to go anywhere. A lot more information coming up today. 888-88-LEGAL.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera del 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
And welcome back to PraDa Law Live. Once again, I'm Jackie Mendez, your host for today's show. The number on the screen is 888-88-LEGAL, and that's the number that you want to call to ask any questions that you may have today. Today we have Janina Nicoletti joining us from Primo Cash, and I'm going to go ahead and give it off to Joelle.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. Every Wednesday we talk bankruptcy, and we're back again talking bankruptcy. And we have Janina Nicoletti from Primo Cash, just because she's in the, she's here to discuss the front lines. She deals with business owners every day. And in the last segment, we're talking about bankruptcy options. And one of the things we want to go to Janina with is, how does Primo Cash deal with, well, I guess the real question is, if somebody files for bankruptcy, or the real question is, if somebody files for bankruptcy, does Primo Cash automatically deny them?
No. Actually, we are here to help small business owners. That's the reason why we exist. Because business owners usually used to only have one way of getting money to keep growing their businesses, which was a traditional bank. And that wasn't working. That disqualified a lot of people. Especially people who were starting their businesses and maybe have gotten through a divorce and had to file bankruptcy, would disqualify them from getting a traditional business loan from the bank. So we were able to help business owners who have filed bankruptcy in the past. That absolutely doesn't really matter with the qualifying factors. We look at different things.
So Janina, I just want to be clear, because in this program we only talk one thing, and that's clear. All right, and we don't beat around the bush. Are you telling me that if a business applies for a Primo Cash financial product, right? Because it's not a loan, if I understood correctly, we'll get into that, right? But if they apply for this, it doesn't matter if they filed for bankruptcy before.
No.
At all.
No.
Maybe.
I mean, I haven't had any client that's filed bankruptcy before that I haven't been able to help.
There you go. So that's a boom answer,
yeah.
right? Yeah. And I thought, and ladies and gentlemen, I thought I had her. She thought this was going to be a walk in the park, and I told her, nope, we're going to ask you the tough questions, and I want you to answer them straight up. And I'm glad to hear that. That's why you're here. That's why we're giving you a voice to the community, for you to be able to help them, And when they can't get that finance product, and they're down to the last end, whether you're a business or a consumer, that's when we come in. And we come in whether we're talking modifications and foreclosure like we did with Attorney Pratt on Monday, or we're talking about just straight up bankruptcy matters like we do on Wednesdays with Attorney Garcia. There's options, right?
Yeah, and in the first segment we spoke about businesses going into bankruptcies in subchapter 5 and working at 30% income. What does that do for their employees, for the consumer, for the individual? Well,
they're hurting too.
They're hurting because that 30% operations, now some of the individuals are outright laid off, furloughed, their hours are cut. So those are all, the number one factor to file bankruptcy is loss of employment. So, I mean, so many people now are looking for relief, and bankruptcy is going to be an option for you. Even if you're still employed, if it's reduced, if there's changes, bankruptcy could be the right option for you.
And Attorney Garcia, like we discussed, I mean, I am a supporter of small businesses, especially local businesses.
Right.
And I said it a few programs ago, I was able to go to a restaurant right by our Doral office.
Right.
And they told me the most horrible story. 17 employees laid off. Yeah. Only the manager and a waiter left over. Again, going back to these restaurants. Wow. I mean, that's 16 or 17 people that, in essence, might need to take advantage of a bankruptcy.
Absolutely.
And that bankruptcy is not a loss. That bankruptcy is a way to get back in.
It's a fresh start. I can't say this enough. The point of a bankruptcy, the holy grail of bankruptcies, is to get a fresh start, to start your life over without your debts.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, get that fresh start by calling 888-88-LEGAL. Okay, the number is free. The consultation is free. We have very professional attorneys ready and willing to help you. Right,
well, yeah. Well, you have nothing to lose, Jackie. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. It's simple. You dial the number. You know what? I could put myself in their shoes and understand that might be a little uncomfortable to walk into a law firm knowing that you're dealing with problems. Right. But the truth is that the quicker you deal with problems, the better it is. And
the quicker you have solutions.
That's right, because there's solutions. And one thing we learned from the last crisis in 2008 is the quicker you get into solutions, the likelihood of a better outcome, even though it's not guaranteed.
Absolutely. You know, When you come in and talk to us, talking to us is the first step. You're scared of a bankruptcy, talk to us. Maybe there's something else we can do. The longer you wait, the more difficult it is, especially when we're dealing with falling behind on mortgages and things like that. The more proactive you are and the sooner you act, the more likely it is to get a better resolution and a better negotiation with your bank or your lenders.
And Attorney Garcia, I wanted to go to Janina one more time before the break, but I can't because of production's telling me very few seconds. Just really quick, you don't have to lose your house, right?
No, of course not. Your home is your homestead. It's protected. The government doesn't want you to lose your home. They want you to protect it. They created laws to do so.
Definitely. And they definitely do not expect you to go into your retirement accounts or lose your home. Definitely not. There's ways to protect all that. Don't just let time go by and being scared and just being in a situation where you don't know what's going on. That's why we make this program available. That's why we make this phone number available. It's very simple. We'll be right back.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito. Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera del 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
And welcome back to PraDa Law Live. Again, I'm Jackie Mendez, your host for today's show. And I just want to remind our viewers once again that the number on the screen, 888-88-LEGAL, is free to call, okay? The consultation is free. We have our special guest today, Janina Nicoletti from Primo Cash, Alexis Garcia, our attorney, of course, and Yoel Damas.
Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. This show has flown.
It has flown.
Yeah,
Time is almost up.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know we're your favorite crew over here, right? That's why. That's why it flies. That's why it flies. Well, no, let me not say that because I got Attorney Pratt sitting over there looking at me
She's got
weird.
an eye on you.
She's okay? Like, no, this ain't the favorite crew. Of course not. Well, we've been discussing bankruptcy. We've been discussing options. But you know what? We haven't really gotten into deep details about bankruptcy. We haven't, and I try not to because I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I understand a lot of you watching us today might be watching us for the first time. Right. And because of that, we got to repeat ourselves, right? Absolutely. So let's go. We'll start off with you, Attorney Garcia. Mm-hmm. We'll go into some details. Do I lose my home? Do I lose my 401k? Do I lose my retirement accounts?
You can homestead and protect your home. You have a protection for your 401k so you don't lose it. You have a protection for your pension, your retirement, certain annuities. I mean, there's so many protections you can use. You don't have to lose everything in bankruptcy.
Retirement accounts.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'll go back to the home. Yeah. Equity.
Right.
Interest rates are really low.
Right.
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 And these people are getting robocalls.
Yeah.
Commercials saying refinance your home, take money out of your home, pay off those 20% credit cards,
Right.
which I don't blame them.
In theory, that sounds great, because I can get a 3% interest on my mortgage over 40 years, or keep paying 20% in credit card debt. But here's what that boils down to. Number one, you don't end up paying off all your credit cards. Oh, I'm gonna fix this in my house, I'm gonna do that. You pay your credit cards down, but then they remain. Or number two, you pay them off and you use them again. So then you're in the same spot, and now you have the same credit card debt, and your house is mortgaged. Now what happens with that mortgage if you don't pay it? They take your house. If you don't pay your credit cards, they don't take your house. Your
Well,
house
they don't
is
take your house
protected.
if you file for bankruptcy.
Or if you file for bankruptcy, exactly. So, I mean, you don't want to make that error that so many people make. Yes, 3% is great, but that's not what ends up happening.
It's simple. If you want to know if your house is protected, if your 401k is protected, what is protected, what's not protected, that consultation is free. We can't make it any simpler for you.
Exactly. I mean, we will come in, we will sit with you. Our job is to relieve your stress, take the stress from you, and let us explain to you what you can do to just have a fresh start, get that bankruptcy discharge.
That's right. The number is 888-88-LEGAL. Okay, give us a call. Again, the consultation's free. You have nothing to lose. We're ready. We're willing to help you with any questions you may have.
Now, Janina, why you and why not a bank? Why not those friends of ours that we love so much, like Bank of America and Chase? We love to litigate against them is what we love. Now, why not them and why you?
That's actually a really, really good question. Like I said before, traditionally, banks are not for the people. They're not there to help the business owner. If you are a business owner and you have tried to apply for a line of credit, a business loan, you know that they require tons of paperwork. Your credit better be high 700s. You better not be in a restricted industry like a restaurant. That is why we help so many restaurants, because even established restaurants that have been established for a really long time, it becomes hard for them to acquire lines of credit because it is a restricted industry. So companies like us were born in the recession of 2008. Because the banks stopped lending, and a lot of business owners lost their businesses. They could not keep growing because they couldn't get the lines of credit that they needed to continue growing. So our industry flourished in the recession by helping these business owners get the lines that they needed and continue growing.
So Janina, so we're clear. Today, in the middle of COVID, with things shutting down every day, you're still funding. You're still helping small businesses.
We are here to help the business owner. That PPP money, that EDL money is running out.
Yeah. And that EIDL money, so we're clear, it's not free. They got to pay it back. They got to pay it back. I agree. And Janina, how could they get a hold of you? What's your website? What's the phone number?
Our Primo website is www.primo.cash. And
wait. .cash, not .com?
No, .cash.
No, it's about the money.
It is about the money. And that's what we're here for. We are here to help the business owners get the money that they need to continue growing.
And what's your phone number?
Our phone number is 305-269-8824.
Okay, well that's I think that's a direct number. I think she gave it.
Right.
You can ask for Janina, and I will take care of you. Any questions you have, free consultation.
Joe's not going to be happy with this. Joe's not going to be happy. But if you call, ask for Janina. You know what? In fact, we want you to call, and we're going to take, they're going to take score over there at Primo Cash. Did you ask for Janina or did you ask for Joe? And who did you choose? And we'll see who we invite next week.
But after today's show, I think it's pretty safe to say that we love Janina, right?
Really?
Okay.
Well, I agree with you. I'll say we love Janina.
We love Janina. We love Joey as well.
Attorney Garcia, quick on the way out. Do people got to lose it all?
You don't have to lose it all. Please don't touch your 401ks. Don't touch your home. Don't dip into pensions. Don't do these things to pay off creditors, okay? If you're in a bad spot now, if COVID hit, if you've lost your job, call us. Let us guide you. Bankruptcy may be the right option for you.
888-88-LEGAL. We'll be back on tomorrow, Thursday. We'll be back on Friday. But don't wait. Don't wait. This is the last time we're going to talk about financial matters this week. If you want to talk to us, it's simple. It's free, and it's an easy phone call. 888-88-LEGAL. 888-LEGAL. If you want to contact Primo Cash because you need funding, go get it. It's that simple. Ask for Janina. She'll help you out. If not, she wouldn't be here. We trust her. We trust Primo. That's why they're on this program. 888-88-LEGAL. Call us now. We'll see you tomorrow.